Hi, I'm Namdag Tsomo, and this is a relaxation and stress relief recording to help you to let go of toxic guilt and shame. Never listen to this recording while driving a vehicle or operating machinery. Please begin by sitting back or lying down in a comfortable place where it is safe to close your eyes. As you settle into that peaceful place, take in a deep breath, and as you let it go, let yourself expect that the next 25 minutes or so is a time of deep rest and recharge for your mind and body as you effortlessly create change in your life. That's right. Just sit back and allow yourself to begin to relax, feeling yourself sinking more deeply in to your comfortable resting place. Letting your mind build a picture for you, imagining a beautiful mountain meadow on a perfect warm spring day. Hearing the sound of a small stream, seeing the beauty all around, aware of the touch of the wind and the aroma of the trees, listening to my voice as you feel yourself drifting and floating like a fluffy cloud, drifting across that beautiful mountain sky. And as you gently drift and float, you feel yourself swirling and twirling, rapidly releasing, floating, enjoying, completely relaxing, totally in control, just enjoying the beauty of your mountain meadow, totally at peace, just letting the cares of the world take care of themselves. Listening to my voice, enjoying the beauty of the meadow, caring only about the peacefulness of this moment. Your body feeling so light, so relaxed, floating and drifting with the wind, free to be all you want to be, letting go so completely, resting so tranquil, just sinking into the peace and beauty of your private meadow. Just enjoying who you are, where you are, and what you are. That's right. Yes. Yes. Allow yourself to relax even more deeply, imagining your meadow, just being there, drifting deeper and deeper as you imagine yourself in that beautiful meadow, experiencing the freshness of the meadow after a soft, gentle spring rain, feeling the warming sun bursting through the clouds, warming and caressing your body, the sunlight massaging you into deeper relaxation. Looking upward and relaxing more deeply, seeing the bright, energizing colors of the rainbow across your meadow, the colors brightly and beautifully showering you in shades of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple, touching you, feeling alive and vibrant, secure, safe and at peace, grateful for life, feeling a new sense of meaning, happiness, tranquility, joy, knowing that in this meadow you are embraced and loved by life. So alert, so excited, so peaceful, so calm and serene, so uplifted, so tranquil, relaxed and rested, just enjoying your meadow, totally at peace. And as you gently float in your mountain meadow, every breath causes your powerful inner mind to be open to and receptive of every positive and beneficial suggestion on this recording, and every breath causes you to relax to a deeper state of peaceful awareness and powerful inner growth and change. Just float and drift in your beautiful meadow as you continue to relax more deeply. Your conscious mind rests, and you allow your subconscious mind to do all the work. Each breath you breathe causes you to relax more deeply, and you let go of all the stress, tension, and worry. Your conscious mind rests deeply and recharges itself, while your inner mind hears, accepts, and integrates every positive and beneficial idea on this recording, sealing them in so they become a permanent part of your new reality. each breath you breathe causes your inner mind to magnify and reinforce every positive idea on this recording, and every beat of your heart causes your inner mind to integrate these beneficial ideas fully, completely into your outer life. The first thing to understand is that guilt and shame are gifts from a loving universe. Guilt and shame are meant to be small, quiet emotions that gently remind us that we don't like how we feel when we treat others or ourselves badly. Guilt and shame are meant to be small, gentle reminders that we can do better than we have done. But for most of us, guilt and shame have become overwhelmingly toxic. They are like a small stream that has flooded in a storm and is now destroying the very fields the stream was meant to nourish with life-giving water. For most of us, at some point, guilt and shame have stopped being gentle reminders to treat others better. Instead, they have become horrible, all-consuming feelings that paralyze our abilities to think clearly and do our best. Shame and guilt have stopped being gentle reminders to do better and have become punishing burdens that poison our lives. The goals of this recording are to help you come back into balance with your natural feelings, to leave toxic guilt and shame in the past, and to restore shame and guilt to their right place as gentle feelings that guide us to do and be our best. As a human being, you are a holographic reflection of the entire universe. We are each, especially in our deepest hearts and minds, connected to everything and every other being in creation. If you have a religious nature, you recognize that you, no less than any other, are a child of God. But even if you don't follow a spiritual or religious path, you can sense and feel that there's an underlying connection and co-evolution that connects all living things, and that you are, as much as anyone else, part of that creative, positive, and evolving universe. And as a child of God, as a creation of an infinite and evolving universe, you have a right to exist full of self-acceptance and confident harmony. As you rest in your beautiful meadow, imagine an ornate, full-length mirror in an elaborate, rich wooden frame. Look directly at this mirror, yet stand to the side and examine the frame. In beautiful golden letters it says, "Mirror of Truth, reflecting the deepest reality." And you realize that this mirror will not show you your clothing, your body, or any other outer appearance. It is a mirror that reflects you as you truly are, in your deepest heart and soul. This mirror shows you yourself through the eyes of God, through the eyes of your own deepest wisdom and love. This mirror reflects you as you are, at your very natural best. As you now look into this mirror, you are astounded by the love you see all around you, and through you, and shining from you. You stand in amazement, knowing that the remarkable, beautiful reflection in this mirror reflects you at your very highest best. You perceive yourself as a kind, honest, loving, truthful, and strong, to far higher degree than ever before. You recognize that in your deepest being, you are the profoundly capable, loving, and good person you have always dreamed you are. You think about the mistakes you have made in the past, and about the harm you have done to yourself and others. And your mirror shows you that the mistakes and harm of the past are not the real you. They are only the things you have done out of fear and confusion. You now choose to reject your negative past and all the mistakes of the past. You choose to reject fear and confusion, and to think, feel, and act as the loving being you know you are. You feel yourself turning over a new leaf, starting a new season in your life. You think about the burdens of shame and guilt you have carried around. And your mirror reflects them as huge, dark, heavy, poisonous balls and chains that have limited your life and kept you from living fully. You realize the toxic shame and guilt cause more harm than good, and they contribute to the fear and confusion that keeps you from being and doing your best. The wisest part of you peers back at you from the mirror and tells you that it has been far too long since you have treated yourself fairly. Your highest and wisest self tells you that what you need is forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean sweeping your mistakes under a carpet and pretending everything is okay. True forgiveness means acknowledging your mistakes, making amends where possible, and changing your behavior and thoughts so that you do not make the same mistakes again. Begin by inviting someone you have harmed in the past to join you in your mirror. When their highest self is there with you, begin by humbly acknowledging the way you have harmed them. Admit to your highest self and their highest self that you could have done better. Show them what you would have done if you could have done your best. Then ask for their understanding and forgiveness. And feel the freedom and lightness that flows through you as their highest self accepts the apology. If there is some physical amends, apology, or restitution that you can make in the outer world, your mind makes note of it, and you pursue outer amends. Later, if the other person allows it, you could do that. But more importantly, you make a determined commitment to yourself and to their highest self to change your thinking and behavior so that you always do better starting today. And then you keep a tiny bit of the guilt and shame to serve as a reminder that you don't like how it feels when you harm others. You keep only away a tiny bit of the guilt and shame as a reminder, and let the rest of the guilt and shame just fade away in the waves of forgiveness. That tiny, quiet voice of shame or guilt is a guide, a reminder to always do and be your best. And as a tiny voice, it is a blessing. One you rarely need because it feels so good to do and be your best. Forgiveness feels good, so good that you repeat the process with another person you have harmed. You bring them into your mirror so that you are taking with them their true self. Once you have their true self in the mirror with you, you truthfully and fully acknowledge the harm you have done them. You explain your fear and confusion, and you make a deep and sincere apology once again. If your highest self guides you to make a specific apology or restitution in the outer world, you remember and pursue it later. If the other person is willing to receive it on the outer level, then you may do that. But most importantly, you make a sincere and dedicated commitment to change your thinking and behavior so that you do better from now on. You keep just a tiny bit of the shame and guilt around to remind you that you don't like the way you feel when you harm others. And you let all the rest of the poisonous shame and guilt fade away on the waves of forgiveness. And it feels so good to acknowledge and apologize for your mistakes and errors of behavior and judgment, that your inner mind keeps repeating this process over and over deep in the mind. And every time you listen to this recording, you repeat this process with more and more people, and the burden of toxic guilt and shame lightens with every day. You find yourself treating others with a new kindness, understanding, and respect. You even begin to see people who have harmed you as confused and fearful. And you find yourself forgiving as freely as you have been forgiven. But now there is one additional person who needs your forgiveness, and that is you. You are your own harshest critic, and you judge yourself far more negatively than others would judge you. So again, looking into your mirror, speaking with your highest self, you bring up some key way in which you have erred or failed to live up to your own expectations for yourself. You acknowledge fully and honestly how you have failed to do or be your best, and you show your highest self how you have punished yourself by taking on a poisonous, paralyzing burden of guilt and shame. You examine and acknowledge the fears and confusion that have clouded your mind and heart, and you humbly ask your highest self to forgive you for not doing or being your best. And you make a dedicated and determined commitment to do better from this point on. You promise to see through the confusion and to face the fears and to do and be your best in spite of them. And as you make a commitment to your soul to being the best you can be, a vast wave of love and forgiveness flows from your mirror, and the burden of shame and guilt melt away like the snow on a warm spring day. You keep only a tiny, quiet bit of shame and guilt around to remind that you don't like how it feels to do or be less than the best that you know you can be. Your powerful inner mind continues this process of self-examination and self-forgiveness on the inside. You find yourself becoming more and more conscious of an overwhelming desire to do and be your best in every situation in life. You are amazed at the kindness and love you have for yourself and others. You know that you are caring, strong, honest, capable, and loving human being. You joyously look forward to bringing the best of yourself into the world and creating a full, rich, and meaningful life for yourself and others. You feel a deep sense of calm, peace, and confidence. You find yourself forgiving others easily, and you have a deeper and deeper understanding of others. These feelings are growing in every cell, fiber, and tissue of your heart and body, and in every corner of your vast and incredible mind. You know yourself to be a force for growth and healing. And every time you listen to this recording, the good feelings grow stronger and stronger. Return to your mirror and be silent for a moment while you ask your highest self what more you need to know to reduce the burden of shame and guilt in your life. And the answer comes back to you in the minute of the silence. Ask, what do I most need to know now about reducing toxic shame and guilt? And the moment of silence for your answer begins now. Now, return gently to the recording as your inner guidance seals itself inside and becomes an effortless and natural part of the way you are and the ways you think, feel, and act. Free of toxic shame and guilt, free to be the best you can be in every moment of life. And now it is time to return to the surface of the mind, bringing the calm peace and self-forgiveness out with you to enrich your outer life. Bring your mind back to the room you're in. Listen to the sounds around you. Take a few moments to breathe gently. Wiggle your fingers and toes, stretch. Get a pen and paper and journal about this if you would like to write it down while it's still fresh in your mind. Remember to hydrate, drink some water. Namaste. May peace be your journey.